Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Welcome, Jonathan.com, Andrew Perez, Zippity, Richard Barrow, appreciate you. .com says this guy is proof anyone will watch anyone as long as they tell you what you want to hear. Enjoy renting, losers, for that price drop that isn't going to happen. That's interesting. I usually get called out for being too positive and being a realtor that just wants to sell people houses, but I rarely get called someone like a doomer, but I welcome all hate. Maybe you're getting me confused with someone else. Yeah, no. Usually, you have the wrong guy. Usually, people are that I'm the filthy realtor that just wants to sell houses, not the doomer. Thank you. If this is your first time, please let me know. I want to give you a shout out. Today we're going to talk about interest rates. It's very interesting just seeing what's happening. Like, first I think I've been touching base a little bit about this in the videos, where talking about weeks 1 through 10 being a really huge momentum shift for the year. I'll talk to you a little bit about what's happened in previous years between weeks 1 to 10, the first quarter, and we can kind of see maybe what'll happen this year. I think there'll be a bigger boost in my opinion, but we'll talk a little bit about that. No, please no DCKs out for me, please. Keep your DCKs, and please. Shadow, first time here, welcome. Fast Cholo, welcome. Truly humble. Are you a thug? Truly humble under God. Always humble, my brother. River into his people. What's up, narrator? Are you narrator from the Discord? Don't welcome hate. Hey, dude. If you're on YouTube, you gotta have a thick skin. The Galax family, what's up, Marisol? Javier, we're putting an offer on a house tomorrow. Market for 380, but needs update. Putting an offer for 315. Ooh, that's an aggressive offer. You know what I call that? I call that a poking the bear method. You just poke the bear and see what happens. A lot of times, what happens is they throw a fit and they go and say, "How dare you?" And you say, "Great, it looks like you're not the right time for this offer. I'll come back in about a month." And you come back and you hit them again if it's still in the market. So yeah, it's you have to have no emotional attachment whatsoever for poking the bear offers, but that seems to be the route you're taking. I'd like to remind you guys as well, I'm also on Twitch if you want to join there. It's a little more cleaner format, less people, so I can probably see your chat. It's not too popping right now, but it'll eventually get a little more busy. So nice slow chat right now. But let's get to it. So here's the big thing that we need to know. And I welcome you guys. I know you guys don't like talking to agents, but you can kind of start tracking this on your own time, your own, like using your own data, like literally look up your active listings in your specific city or whatever. DCK, what is a DCK? I don't know. I'm not saying it, Jay. I don't know what that is. Ramon Pena says he's about to close. 350K in California. Where in California? What are you buying, a shack? That's really that's cheap, man. Why are you hiding all the cheap houses for? So let's talk about the big thing that happens at the beginning of every year. Because we'll talk about interest rates right now, but this is relevant, okay? Do I even have it? I don't even have it ready. Look at that. Prepared king over here, right? There it is. Okay. Move this over here. Good enough. Is that a doghouse arrow, right? So let's look at this. And I could look up 2019, 2017. I don't want you guys to look at all the pretty colors real quick. What I want you to do is focus in on weeks 2 to weeks 10. What happens consistently, no matter the year, no matter the COVID, no matter what, there's one thing that happens at the beginning of every year. As the under contract number, which we can clearly define a correlation between houses going under contract to houses that are basically buyer demand, always peaks up. Week 1 through week 6. I'm going to take all these out because I know it's a lot. But let's look at 2020 and 2021. That guy that was calling me a doomer, did he leave? I wanted to see what he thought. So 2020, biggest years of not biggest. This is the beginning. Like COVID happened like around here ish. Started with a peak. 2021, massive price increases happening. Started with a peak, not a big peak, but it started with the peak. 2022, when the beginning was still going up, but then eventually started going down. Even though demand dropped sharply, guess what? It started with the peak. Did you think 2023 is different? No, it's not. 2023, even though it's been on a downward trend, 2023 started with a peak, right? So we can safely deduce. Give me my fancy words. I see your questions. I'll make sure to go back and touch base. Okay, guys? We can safely deduce that we're probably going to have a similar trend in that. Okay? So inventory, on the other hand, isn't as easily predictable. If I show you the inventory, and once again, I am using Phoenix number. What you guys know, you know why? Because this is where I have the data, right? So if I had the data for everywhere, I would use it. Listings are a little more unpredictable. Right, that this is going to be where it varies. 2021, 2022, the years that a lot of value happened, they were low and they stayed low until the mid 2022 mark. 2020 low and then went up. 2023 started up, went down. So this is the one that's going to be a little bit more unpredictable, but we can safely assume that what's happened for the last 5 to 6 years will probably happen again this year. Okay, so how much, though, is the question. The big talk in the count. I'm just here so I don't cry. The big talk. You guys are going to like my video I just recorded right now before the live stream. I recorded a video about if the market crashes, what you need to be prepared. Like, and I literally went back to 2010 and I showed you the houses and how they were selling. And I showed you, hey, guess what? You have to be competing against cash offers. You're going to have, like, here's a number. 41 or 42% of all houses sold for cash in 2010. So if you think you're going to have a nice and easy time if the market crashes, we have another thing coming. He decided to leave and take his meds. No kidding. This is the thing. If you guys want to come talk crap, I'll talk crap back. But I need you to stay on. You know what I mean? I can handle it. Just don't leave on me. So we can safely assume there's going to be an increase. But how big of an increase? Okay, so inventory, everybody and their mom is talking about inventory and how it's going to start going up. Even though inventory last year dipped and went up, like I said, it's not predictable. We don't know what's going to happen. But here's a few scenarios for you. Everyone is saying that interest rates are going to go up. The Fed has actually said rates are going up, which usually correlate with mortgage rates. So there's two things that can happen here. They're going to go up. Demand goes up always. But it could be a kind of like flat increase, like a not so like a meh increase, right? If the rates don't adjust. If rates do drop, we can expect a really sharp increase in demand. And unfortunately, then all eyes are on inventory. If inventory stays flat or goes down, prices are going to stiffen up or even get higher. I know that's insane, but if inventory does go up and stays high and demand drops after its initial boost, like it's so many things that can happen. So many things. This is an exciting year. I know there's people's houses at stake and like your home goals at stake, but this is like really exciting to see what happens and what plays out. So let's talk about mortgage rates, because a lot of people were expecting rates to just start dropping right away, but unfortunately that has not been the story of the day. Let me kind of fix this right here. Let's see if we can zoom in on here. 30-year. We're going to do 30-year FHA just because a lot of folks that are first-time home buyers, that's what they do. they go with FHA. We'll explore other ones if you guys want to. So start 2022. Okay, 2022 rates went up to like near higher. It was like high sevens, so it wasn't fun. And they've dropped, and they're like in the low sixes now. But if we really focus in, we'll actually have to go to. Oh, you okay, Nolan? Oh, Fannie Mae FHA mortgage rates. I'm gonna actually look up the actual ones because I think I can just find them on. I'm hoping. Closing next week, 620,000 in Ontario. I just had my loan interest rate drop from 4.9 to 4.8. New construction though. Nice. That's a pretty good rate though for new construction. Congratulations. Hey, what's going on, NV Pilot G on Twitch? I see you. I see you, buddy. Let's go back here. If you're 30-year, it's not dropping. It gave us a nice little like joy, like sense of like excitement, and just nothing. And I'm obviously the best way to look at rates is through a lender, but we have to kind of use this. Optimal Blue is one good daily mortgage rate that we see here, and their greens means the rate's going up, which green is bad in this website. But we see here 30-year FHA and conventional are just, they're staying there. They're even peaking up a little bit. We see through Mortgage News Daily, those rates are staying flat and is there as well. We're not seeing much improvement. The 30-year fixed rate right now is at 6.8%, which is terrible because they were like in the mid sixes to low sixes just like earlier this month. And this excitement of the low rates coming in the market is what motivated a lot of people to start kind of like dipping their toes. I've had a lot of conversations this month about, hey, I heard rates are going down. You know, where we're at. Hey, I heard this is going on. What's going on? Like, we're seeing a lot of like excitement, but the rates aren't really there yet. Now, here's the thing. I shared this on my Discord server. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. By the way, if you guys want a cool Discord server, join it. That's our best place. I'm going to just open it up really quick here. Oh man, I can't open it. Why not? Sad. Anyways, there's an article I shared there talking about the bonds. Someone said, can I realistically expect better rates if I put 30 or 40% down? No. I think a lender once told me 25% is the, like, where you get not 20%, but 25% is where you can potentially get the best rate. So no, you don't. At that point, you're just putting more down, so you have a lower mortgage. So bond market, good week for bonds. Next one could be interesting. This was last week, Friday. The bond market traded about as well as anyone could have expected. Our core monthly, or CPI, came out at 0.03 versus 0.03. If anything, the level of bullishness and resilience was a bit higher than the average market. Part of the reason is speculation that we're about to receive some sort of confirmation that the Fed is willing to remain friendly despite the big drops in rates. There's specific speculation that Tuesday's appearance by Waller will contain clues about the Fed's roadmap. We can know if it will or won't, but only that it will make for an interesting start of a holiday shortened week. Okay, Waller did come out on Tuesday. Moreno Valley, California is a hot place for real estate right now. What do you think? It's a cool setup behind you. Are the video games? Are those video game things on your shelf? Video game things? Yeah, they're Nintendo 64. I grew up with that specific, not that specific. I had a jungle green one. All my favorite games growing up: Majora's Mask, Zelda, with the not original boxes, but purchased. But yeah, all my favorite stuff back there. My little guitarra. I have my guitar there. I can play you guys a song a little bit later. Anyways, let's move on here. So the meeting was yesterday. And this is what happened. Fed's Christopher Waller. No, I don't want to support you, NBC. Get away from me. Advocates moving carefully. with rate cuts. Let's take a watch.
Getting some breaking news from Fed Governor Waller as well. Let's get to Steve Leisman. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Carl. Fed Governor Chris Waller, hawk turned at least a somewhat of a dove, says data since the last meeting allows the Fed to consider rate cuts in 2024. The timing and the number of those cuts, he says, depends on economic data. So not really helping solve the debate about whether there will be March rate cuts or how many cuts. He says policy needs to proceed with more caution to avoid over-tightening. That is his more abiding concern these days. He's more confident the Fed is, quote, within striking distance of that 2% inflation target, but says in order for the Fed to cut, the 2% goal must be sustained over time. Policy, he says, at least at this moment, is currently set properly. The Fed should lower rates methodically and carefully, and he says that in context of prior rate cutting or rate easing cycles. There's no reason for the Fed to ease rapidly in this current cycle. Economic data, he says, for the Fed is, quote, almost as good as it gets. Growth and inflation are both moderating, the unemployment rate below 4%. He feels more confident the economy continue on the current moderating path. The question is whether the good data will last. He has some concerns about consumer spending and its relatively robust levels. The December core PCE, that's the one coming up on the 26th, he says will be close to 2% on a 3-month and a 6-month basis, saying we made a lot of progress on inflation in 2023. We've also reported other Wall Street forecasts of a number around where Waller is putting it. He expects the labor market to come into better balance and sees the December jobs rate, that's, quote, largely noise, thinks it's probably likely to be revised downward. One more thing, he's balancing out the
So, quick question. Sorry, I'll stop that. Someone said, "What's the beef between?" You can't hear anything? Did I just have it playing for no reason? I saw the audio going up. You seriously didn't hear anything?
the tightening.
Am I crazy? I feel like everybody would have been spamming the chat. What's the beef between you and Real Estate Mindset? I don't get it. What beef? Why do you guys keep saying there's beef? Can you please let me know why there's beef? Audio's fine. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Corgi. Like, if anything, I have a friend, a dear friend, who was used on one of his thumbnail, and I don't think that's really cool. But, like, why do you guys keep saying that? I don't understand. Oh, yeah, you just had to turn up the volume? Okay, cool. That's very low. Okay, I can turn it up. No worries, Pojak. It's just that, like, why you guys start trying to start beef and drama? Like, real estate this year is so, like, delicate. The last thing we need is unnecessary drama. Let's, like, this is my comment and what I've said. Everyone has a different beliefs in what they want to do and to help people. And there's different people. There's, like, billions of people out there in the world, okay? Some people want to learn more about what happens if the market crashes or signs that the market's crashing. Some people like to be more in the middle. Like, I'm a cheek splitter, okay? I'm on the fence. I'm ready if the market adjusts. If the market doesn't adjust, either way, I want you to prepare it for your family and be in good shape. There's other people on this side of the fence that think the market's great and prices are never going to drop, okay? We're all helping different audiences. There's no reason for animosity. Just buy anything. Inflation is soaring. I feel like you are the only realtor who talked realistically. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's the thing. People just want to cause fights. Just asking, look like you up there, look like you up there with Christina. Relax, buddy. Sorry, DCA kid. I apologize. I'm a little spicy Latino, man. I just finished this bag of Tapatio Doritos. Sorry. That's why I stay watching videos. Thank you. Appreciate it. you stay watching because of the spicy Latino stuff. That's the thing, man. It doesn't matter what I could be a billionaire. I'm still going to be a spicy little Latino. Spicy little Latino boy. Anyways. Yeah, so for those he's not talking about mortgage rates. He's talking about there's a correlation when the rates that they're talking specifically about is a correlation with actual mortgage rates, right? So the cheaper it is to borrow money, all markets follow, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a little more complicated. Quite frankly, over a little bit, my pay grade, I'm a little kind of dumb when it comes to this stuff. But a lot of people, like, I have so many DMs about this. Oh, rates are dropping. And they send me the article. I'm like, hey, it's not talking about mortgage rates. And then they send me articles. Well, actually, there's a correlation. Okay, fine. It could happen. But the Fed isn't going to just do a massive shift, just a complete drop down of rates. So we shouldn't expect any kind of massive shifts. So that being said, this idea that rates are just going to start massively dropping and suddenly things are just going to be magically cheaper is not happening. Okay. So here's what I want to tell you guys. Okay. If there's a certain group of people who are just like, Javier, I'm buying, I have a kid. Let's talk, a shout out to Brian, if you're watching this. Really great paying job. Wife's about to get another, but she graduated school. She's going to get a very similar paying job. Multiple 6-figure salaries. Just had a baby. They're like, yeah, dude, we're getting a place. Like, I don't care. I don't want to rent no more. I'm getting a place. I don't care what happens to the market. I want a place to call my own. We have plenty of money. They're buying because they have their reason. For those group of people, buy when you're ready. God bless. It doesn't matter what I say or anyone else says, you're buying. For everyone else that are just like me, and our butt cheeks are really split down the middle. That image just gets in my head. You don't buy the first like week, because like I showed you before, there's always an increase. Whenever there's an increase of demand, when more people fight over houses, I would say wait until see what happens with inventory. Wait until the rates start dropping a bit and see how kind of that plays off. But I would be careful of the news, because whenever the news says, oh, rates are dropping, everyone is like so brainwashed to follow whatever the news tells them to do, and then they go buy. So here's my advice. Keep an eye on the interest rates, keep an eye on inventory, keep an eye on supply and demand, all that fun stuff, okay? But when the news starts talking about how difficult it is to buy and how terrible it is, just check. You might be surprised to find out it's not that bad, and you can probably negotiate. Here's my opinion. Stop waiting for prices to drop, and instead make yourself financially prepared. And when you do go look, go be aggressive with your offers. Like, go get a resale if you have to. And new builds are great because they're giving rates at 4%, and they're really great. As long as you buy in the right area. But go get a resale for 40, 50K off the price. Don't be waiting around for things that adjust and change. Be part of the problem, okay, if you're in that camp. But for everybody else, the waiters, just continue waiting, okay? There's no grand revelation of prices dropping yet. Of course, I'll be making more videos as things progress and change and shift. But this first quarter is going to be so interesting to see what happens. Where are we going? Is demand dropping? Is demand increasing? What are lenders going to do? Are they going to tighten up their policies? Are they going to get more looser? I hope and swear that the darn adjustable rate mortgages don't come back. Yeah, watch out for those. Like, I had a builder pitch that to my client the other day, and I was just like, no. Hold on. Right there. Sorry about that. So watch out for those. Watch out for down payment assistance programs. I know they seem tempting, but just safe. Okay. Be part of the problem. Be part of the problem. Like, be part of, like, prices are dropping because Jose Villa freaking offered $60,000 under on the price and got it accepted. And now because of you, prices dropped. That's what I'm saying. All right, that's my little spiel about interest rate. You okay, Knowles? Okay. Do homeowners get notified by the lender when rates go down? Yeah, a lot of lenders are very salesy, and they'll be hitting you up. But if you're thinking about refinancing, just wait. Like, the general rule of thumb is a point under. So if you're at 7.2, wait for it 6.2. Along those lines. But there's also a seasoning period, so make sure you're aware what your seasoning period is. Outroyal says Buckeye or Surprise. Depends if you're buying a new build. New build Buckeye probably, because Surprise new builds are way out in the middle, like near Las Vegas. but resell's probably surprise. Jose Villa, my arch nemesis. Next time you need to join a panel, Rick Helps told him to have you on. Next time you need to join the panel, Rick Helps AZ. I told him to have you. Let me look him up. Rick Helps AZ. Assuming it's on YouTube. You guys want to see my YouTube channel? Sopranos video. Freaking inside the NBA clips. World of Warcraft videos, because I'm playing World of Warcraft now. Hunter x Hunter. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, but I'm thinking about reading it. And a new North Las Vegas. I should anyways, Rick Helps AZ. If you guys want your... No, I don't know if we're going to crush dreams today. I looked up Rick Helps AZ and it's like Roblox videos. Is that what you said it was called? So are you saying... So are you saying to split cheeks? I said split... I think that came out wrong. When you sit on the fence, your cheeks are split. That's what I meant. Let's not talk about cheek splitting. Oh my god. Oh dude, this guy looks familiar. I think what back in the day when I first got started, I think he went to a few of my classes I would do about YouTube.
A Verbo is for sharing.
So you got a bunch of lenders and realtors on a round table discussing the real estate Arizona market.
All kinds of moments. From post-concert bliss.
I missed that because rates, they were at 7% or whatever.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that invite. I do think, is it helpful though? Like let's put ourselves in the perspective of buyers. Having a bunch of agents and lenders talk about the market. I mean, it's like if you clone me 5 times, you sit around to talk about, I don't know. What's something I ate recently? In-N-Out burgers. Yeah, we're gonna get me and 5 other chunky guys talk about In-N-Out. We're gonna say nothing but great things. I don't know. I have never watched any of these videos, so I'm giving them a hard time. But it's just, I feel like it would be more productive to have people on the other side of the fence rather than a, you know what I mean. But wait, Javier, I was thinking of about a 7-1 interest only ARM. I have enough cash for a condo, but I want a cash flow, and a 7-1 would pay off more principal. A 7-1 interest only ARM. I don't know, man. Is an ARM. I'm not gonna tell you. I have to look at each individual situation, man. But ARMs just scare me, and that could be totally unbiased and just. I realize my faults. I have a fear of ARMs. He said you hate realtors. Do I hate myself? I mean, yeah. We'll talk about that another day, I guess. Prices have increased 40% in 4 years. Hope they crash 40% over the next 4 years. That's an interesting thought. Will prices drop to where they were before? Here's another interesting thought. Should they drop to that, or should they drop to where we were supposed to be? What do I mean by that? It's chart time. Chart time. this is what I mean by that. So, oh, there it is. So, our prices are going to drop just to here, or if this continues, then shouldn't we have been like around here? Well, you can't see my mouse, can you? So, well, you can kind of see it, I guess. No, you can't really see it. So should we have been around like here where the short sale button is? Or like here, like around here. See? So the world may never know. Javier has a lymphomia. Sounds right. We could hear from more people who bought houses in 2006 instead of people who bought in 2012 and feel like geniuses. They are mostly empty at 163rd Happy Valley. Looking at new Happy Valley new build surprise right now. Carly Fuchs. Yeah, no, I would Carly, I would avoid. I have a client that, sorry, Arizona talk. I have a client who bought in Buckeye and got like a 4 point something interest rate, and it's actually in an area that's like not completely alone. So, yeah. Do you know anything about New England area in terms of prices? I don't, sorry. Question, what is bad about down payment assistance? I've heard they're predatory, especially for minorities like myself, but I was wondering. I wouldn't call them predatory. I would call maybe the marketing little sus, like the kids say. But I wouldn't call them predatory. So essentially, the problem with down payment assistance is when they first came out, they were very friendly. Like it made sense 9 out of 10 times to use it instead of not using it. For the almost same interest rate, like literally just like fraction of a point difference, you got all this money from the government to help you pay your down payment, and you paid it back like with over 3 years, but you obviously stay in your place for 3 years, and it was like a no-brainer. And for those 5-6 years where it was actually a no-brainer, it influenced the public to like down payment assistance program and to really make them feel like they're on their side and they're there to help. That all changed. I don't remember the year 2018 or 19. I don't recall the exact year. And since then, it's now like a point or a point and a half higher to use DPA. And it's like, it's just not only that, but it's just a lot more interest. When interest rates are already high, they market interest rate even higher. And it seems like you're taking advantage of the fact that someone couldn't save the down payment. So if you're in a position where you weren't able to save that down payment on your own, I think you could wait 6 months to just save it on your own. Just because things are tough. I wouldn't call it like predatory. I guess mortgages are predatory at its basis, right? Because they all have a high interest and they're making money off of you. But thank you, Eric. Carly says we bought 2 acres just north of it all, and I'm watching it unfold. Caught last year for a steal, trying to decide if we should actually build on one or empty places or not. Mrs. K, we already under contract since November. Rate dropped. We locked in at 6.125. Good. You're good. They're at 6.5, 6.6. I was at 6.8 actually. So you did the right thing. I want a house in Skid Row. What's Skid Row? I feel like I shouldn't look that up. But I'm tempted. Skid Row. What do you think about buying? I'm California, first time buyer. I mean, I don't know, man. Well, how's the California market? I think if you're not in a situation where you have like a really cushioned situation, I think just wait for like at least till week 8 to see what happens with demand and supply. Skid Row, LA, where the homeless live. Oh gosh, that's not good, right? Says girl in Los Angeles, where many unhoused are living in tents. Oh my gosh. Oh, so he's making a joke. Could you help us? Can you give us a high-level summary of the buying process? Love your channel. Yeah. I can do that. what's happening in your Metro Center area. That area was busting. Dude, I remember Metro Center when I was a kid had like a little like Nintendo 64 area where you would go. Like it had like a cart outside where you could go play Nintendo 64 games. And that was so crazy. And then the arcade, so fun. My iPad is down right now, so I can't show you my iPad, but I guess I can just like... So, home buying process. First, you need to acknowledge that there's a huge amount of weight that you put on the situation. For example, if I'm going to, let's say I put a bomb, a little imaginary bomb in your brain, and I'm an evil scientist, and I tell you, I'm going to blow up. This is your last day on Earth. Go. I'll let you go pick out anywhere you want for lunch. This is your last lunch. Enjoy it. You're going to put so much weight on this lunch. Like, oh my God, this is the last lunch I'm ever going to have ever. Like, I need to make sure it encapsulates my entire childhood. Like, you're going to put so much weight that it's going to be like paralyzed and put so much feeling. Extreme example, but you know what I'm saying. So when we're looking at the house buying process, we're looking at that. We're putting in a lot of emotional weight and all of these things because of everything that you put on it. But in reality, you need to make sure to kind of release a little bit of that tension. Because if you could tell you, if any other day you think about lunch, you don't really put a lot of, emphasis on it. You just go get lunch. I'm not saying to just look at it that nonchalantly, but you need to acknowledge the amount of stress and pressure you put on it. Okay. Acknowledge you need to kind of release that a little bit, and you can think about the situation more clearly. In reality, you want to look at the home buying process as you're starting up a business with someone that knows a little bit more about the business, but you are the owner. You're the one in charge. And even though you have no idea what's going on, this is your money. You're the boss. And if you approach it that way, this is the first steps. You hire a team. The real estate person that's going to help you is not only going to show you houses and help you write the contracts and then represent you, but they're going to be your counselor, like in guiding you on the best decision. And if they're not up to the task, it's your responsibility to fire them and find someone that will. Your mortgage officer is your CFO. So maybe your realtor's like I don't know, what would you call it? Like the CXO, experience officer. Your lender is your CFO. They're responsible to make sure that you get the best loan, best pre-qualification, look out for your best interest, make sure you know when to lock in your rate, make sure that you're going to be put in an excellent position so you can actually not only like be at a good spot where you can get a good loan, but you can afford where you live, right? So the CXO and the CFO are following your lead, right? If you go to talk to them and you're like, yeah, I just want to buy a house that I can qualify for, they're not going to correct you. They're going to do their job in their role. One is to sell you a house, represent you, and one is to get you qualified. So it's up to you to as the CEO to know where the image is, meaning you know what your monthly payment is, what your affordability. But anyways, I digress. I'm getting too much into weeds here. So once you have those people hired, then you look at the situation logically. You get your pre-qualification done, talk to a lender, talk to multiple lenders, and you find the one that fits the mold better. Don't put too much emphasis on who you hire, who has the best rate, because the rates change every day. More look for like who has the best experience, who has the best closing costs. You're going to look for houses, and you're going to go look at a bunch. You're going to make offers, and eventually one is going to hit. You got it. It's under contract. Once you're under contract, have the real estate agent explain to you how the escrow process works. Normally, at least from my experience here in Arizona, first 10 days is your inspection period. That's when you receive your disclosures from your seller. That's where you just evaluate that you're actually buying something that you actually like. You do your inspection. You do your evaluation of the neighborhood. You check out the disclosures of everything the seller knows. See if everything lines up. See if there's any red flags. That's your chance. And you're going to hire, using your inspector's knowledge, your real estate agent's knowledge, multiple home inspectors, hopefully, and contractors to really just evaluate your situation and make sure you're getting the best deal. Your lender at the same time, know that just like your job, their job is on the line. I would assess again, even though you might have picked one lender. Once the house is under contract, email all your lenders. Here's a house I have under contract. Here's the best deal I have right now. Give me your best loan, and watch them fight. There's loyalty, sure, but this is your business. This is your real house, right? They report to you, so let them fight for your business. Sounds like Joe Biden. Thank you, Jesus. Appreciate it. So you do your home inspections. After your inspections are done, you negotiate with the seller, see what they're going to do. Someone told me on the Discord channel the other day, by the way, links in the description, join the Discord for the best real estate community out there. Someone told me on the Discord the other day, hey, I want to negotiate this house down. I want to negotiate this price, and then during the inspection, negotiate it even lower. Wrong take. Negotiate the price you want up front. Inspection is for the inspection, for things that you discover during your inspection period. If you're bringing up things that you already knew about during the inspection period, technically you're not setting yourself up for success. But Dave Ramsey rarely tips his hands. But on George Camel's YouTube channel, Dave said that he is selling a big chunk of real estate he owns. Oh, wow. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Once you're in a contract, once you're done with your inspection period, you're around this time, you should already have ordered your appraisal, but your appraisal is landing around this time. Once the appraisal is there, it comes in at value, meaning your house is worth what it's worth. If not, then the appraisal comes in below value, and you need to renegotiate terms with your listing agent. So you're buying a house for $450,000. The appraisal comes in at $420,000. That means your lender's only going to give you $420,000. So there's a $30,000 discrepancy there. Most contracts, at least that I'm aware of, have a 5-day negotiation clause where you have to negotiate, and if the seller doesn't want to come to terms, you can cancel and get your deposit back. That's just Arizona. Check with your state. How I approach the appraisals is, if it comes in low, I'm like, it's like a grenade. Pull the pin through it. Immediately call the listing agent. I write up the addendum reducing the price. Immediately send it to the listing agent. Call the listing agent. Hey Joe, house came in $30,000 under value. That sucks, but we tried our best. We sent you over the signed addendum. Let me know when the seller can sign it. We can move forward. Thanks. And just push it through. It works almost every time. Push it through. Yep, it didn't come in at value. Sign it. Okay, we can move forward. We're so close to the final. Hey. I'm still in the middle of it. Are you here? You want to go get her? I can go get her. That's fine. All right, bye. To be continued. No, I'm just kidding. Appraisal, then you sign on your house. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually have to go be dad now and go. Don't pop up in the life. I have to go be dad now and pick up my daughter. So no can do. Everyone else, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Join the Discord channel next time. I go live, I'll announce it there. I'll probably be live in the next few days or something. So appreciate everybody for stopping by. I'm glad you guys like the real estate talk. It's refreshing. I talk about real estate talk all the time. Building versus buying. I have Elf Left Star. Potato Meg says I was late, busy splitting cheeks. Oh yeah, for sure. You watch it whenever you want. No worries. Thank you guys, everyone else. I appreciate y'all. I'll leave this live for another 24 hours, and then I'll do it unlisted. So if you are going to save it, I'll probably put like a Discord channel of my old VODs or something. Everyone else, thank you so much. I got to go pick up my Girl Scout. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're interested in Girl Scout cookies, okay, my daughter is selling them. We do have nationwide shipping. But yeah, it's like, I'll be honest, it's kind of expensive. The shipping fee is like $5 or $7. I know, I'm so sorry, but it's for a good cause. It's my daughter has a goal to sell 650 boxes of cookies. I know, insane. I don't know. If you guys can help me greatly and you can order some Girl Scout cookies. Obviously I can't, unless you're in Phoenix, I can deliver them. But if you're not in Phoenix, you have to do the shipping route. I would really appreciate it. Let me put the link right now. You guys can go check it out. Here we see. Lemon drops are good. There, I just put the link in the chat. On the Twitch chat, I'll put it here as well. If you guys don't mind, I know I'm trying to. Did it not? Is it not going? I'll probably have to put it in the description. I'll put it in the description. Edit. All right, there. I'll put it on the description. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. You guys have a good one.